The media machine is a sucker for sex scandals, often of a person's own doing. But those same sex scandals raise a serious question. When is a private person's sex life fair game? Case in point, the recent hack of AshleyMadison.com, which could leave millions of people exposed.
Life is short. Have an affair.
The premise of Ashley Madison is simple. It's a website that helps men and women cheat on their spouses discreetly.
How we hide your photos basket, delete your profile, make it like you were a ghost that never existed.
But now hackers have pilfered Ashley Madison's user data and demanded that the site shut down. If not, they say they'll release names, addresses, credit card numbers, and compromising pictures. Naturally, the media took notice.
Ashley Madison is a hookup site for married people.
And there's a local hook. The first person whose info was leaked hails from Brockton. The Brockton Enterprise noted that fact and left it there. But WBZ went further.
His user ID is Heavy73, describes himself as married, attached. He joined the day after Valentine's in 2014.
So what happens if the hackers dump info on every Ashley Madison user? The temptation to name names will be strong.
Naked photos and even secret sexual fantasies.
Back when the Kennebunkport Zumba hooker story was in full swing, several outlets identified her alleged clients. Pointer's Roy Peter Clark thought that was gratuitous. And in this case, there's no alleged crime.
Sexual proclivities.
Women are probably doing it as much as men.
But there is a chance for the media to get a bit racy while making their disapproval perfectly clear.
I don't know. We not be on the same page about this. I mean, I think it's okay to print the names. It's it's public. These are cheaters. It's like
the first thing I want to say. I'm going to totally ignore what you just said. It was not me at the end of that piece going. That was actually an anchor from ABC who was really getting into the story. I disagree that it's okay to print the names. If the names are released ultimately, they'll be out there. Anyone who wants to Google can find them. Poke around the internet until they get them. I don't see how it's newsworthy if my next door neighbor is having, wants to have an affair.
But there are going to be
people
on that list that are going to catch the attention.
Well, we talked about that Gawker story last week. You thought that was newsworthy. The brother of Tim
Geithner, I thought that was.
And I don't. The only other thing I would add, so I part ways with you. The only other thing I would add is that it's funny with the story like this to watch the media using it as an excuse to wallow in the salacious,
like we just did.
Totally like we just did. Totally like we just did.
You like that? Really? I didn't even. I haven't seen the website, but that was amusing.
I too have not spent time with it.
That's what they say now. Wait till the list comes out, Adam.
No. First of all, let me disclose I have nothing to be concerned about. If we were talking, and you brought up the Zumba case, if we were talking about people who had been picked up and arrested and criminally charged with soliciting the services of a prostitute, I guess we would be having a different conversation. I'm still not sure that I think that you should disclose the names of ordinary people under those circumstances either. But in this case, I don't see any reason on earth that you would disclose the names. Maybe in certain circumstances of public officials or something like that. But for everyday private people, I wouldn't disclose the names. I certainly wouldn't have disclosed the name of Gawker's victim last week either.
He's a public figure.
No, this was the brother of a public figure.
I'm sorry, but when you're related to a public figure, you become de facto.
But not even a brother of a politician.
I've never heard of him.
A politician, Elliot Spitzer.
You've heard of Tim Geithner.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Elliot Spitzer, Anthony Weiner, a politician who claims to have some kind of moral high ground and puts himself in the public sphere.
But that's what Gawker does. They print things like that.
And they are now going to try to pull back from that.
By the way, we should make clear to people who don't know, he was allegedly soliciting gay sex on an internet website. He's married to a woman. And Gawker.
And even Gawker is starting to rethink that policy. It feels like public shaming. It feels like Puritanism. And who does it hurt? If it is out there, it hurts the families of the people who are doing the cheating. It hurts their wives or husbands or kids or friends. It's public shaming for what purpose? You're not exposing anyone's public hypocrisy.
All right, let me talk out of both sides of my mouth. So first of all, if there's somebody on that list who has some power situation that can impact other people, and this could be used as leverage. Absolutely, put it on the front page. Got to, you know. I don't know, let's say the head of some organization and around which decisions are being made, and now that we know that you're cheating, we're
or
using
somebody
that,
like Dennis Hastert,
you know, something like that, then that has to come out. But other than that, I don't see the need for it. So the other half of my mouth says, but I'm nosy and I'd like to see. Yeah. But that's just pure nosiness. It has nothing to do with the reality of people's lives. And, you know, I don't, just based on my own nosiness, I don't think there's a reason to have this stuff out.
It's also worth bearing in mind that if a news outlet, look, hypothetically, if these names are dumped, and we've had a couple leak out, they have not dumped 37 million names and profiles yet. But if the press takes those, if they are dumped and runs with them, in a way we become complicit in the commission of a crime, right? I mean, this is blackmail. This is the seizure of, I assume, proprietary information to try to shut down a business. And if the press then goes along with that, I don't know if it technically makes the media an accessory, but it makes us morally, I think, culpable.
I would agree with that.
But by the way, we probably ought to note that there are a number of people who don't think that Ashley Madison has anywhere near 37 million members. It's marketing hype.
Me too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know several people who've been on the site and have met people and had a fear. I mean, I can't believe but I know people.
I've never been on the site. I want to just add that myself.
Not even for research purposes,
Not even
Joanna?
for research purposes.
Like, did you read 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, research purposes.
Yeah.
That I did for research purposes.
You can't even read 50 Shades of Grey. You'll be bored to tears. I just like to know, but it has no reason to be known.